Why Alexa Bliss confronted Charlotte Flair on SmackDown, the best and worst of WWE SmackDown. Alexa Bliss's return called disgusting. Jacob Fatu is alone now despite Solo Sikoa. Triple H is creating a new bloodline. There's massive issues with Triple H's WWE. Randy Orton failed a drug test. Who was the fake Randy Orton? A fan kicked out for throwing a beer bottle at John Cena during SmackDown. Let's dive right in. The best and worst of WWE SmackDown. WWE delivered a final SmackDown to hype up Backlash, and it packed a punch. Jacob Fatu, defending his U.S. title against 3 challengers, teamed with Solo Sikoa to face Damian Priest and LA Knight, but they fell short when Solo took the pin. Nia Jax outsmarted Jade Cargill to earn another shot at Tiffany Stratton, thanks to Naomi's distraction. DIY ambushed Fraxium and the Motor City Machine Guns backstage, stirring up chaos. Rey Fenix and Andrade joined forces to defeat Los Garza after Legado del Fantasma targeted Fenix, hinting at cracks in Santos Escobar's crew. Still, no sign of the Wyatt Six, leaving fans wanting more. Here's what soared and stumbled on SmackDown before Backlash 2025. Number 1. Best. Alistair Black's chilling words and clash with Carmelo Hayes. Imagine a shadow creeping back. Alistair Black delivered a haunting pre-taped promo before facing Carmelo Hayes. "I buried the old me 6 feet under, but I grew from it," he declared, vowing to test his rivals' minds and bodies while embracing life's gray areas. The promo's eerie tone, paired with sharp, shrieking music, gripped the audience. In the ring, Hayes fought harder than The Miz but still crumbled. When The Miz tried a sneak attack, Black dropped him with a spinning heel kick. Teaming with The Miz feels like a downgrade for Black, but sparring with Hayes lifts both stars to new heights. Number 2. Best and worst. Alexa Bliss's comeback falls flat. After 2 months of silence, Alexa Bliss finally stepped back into SmackDown's spotlight. But was it for a major title chase? Nope. WWE paired her as Zelina Vega's surprise tag partner against Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. Vega, a ring wizard and Women's United States champion, struggles to connect with fans. "Seeing Bliss return was awesome," fans whispered, but tossing her into a random duo with Vega, someone she barely knows, felt like a waste of her star power. Bliss can own a mic. Why not give her a real story instead? Number 3. Worst. Charlotte Flair's tantrum steals the show. On the night Alexa Bliss returned, Charlotte Flair swooped in and overshadowed her. The Queen unleashed her usual loud promo, demanding another title shot. "You boo me? That's disrespect," she snapped when fans jeered, threatening to storm out if they didn't stop. They didn't, so she marched off. Nick Aldis urged her to act like the locker room leader she claims to be, not a kid throwing a fit. As she kept walking, Bliss stopped her, saying, "We need to talk." Bliss deserved that spotlight for a post-match interview, not Flair's drama, especially after her 2-month absence. Number 4. Best. Street Profits vs. Fraxium steals the night. The Street Profits hit the ring for a promo, still riding high from their TLC victory post-WrestleMania 41. They didn't say much before Nathan Frazer and Axiom crashed the party, itching for a fight. The champs, oddly acting like they didn't care, got roped into a match by Nick Aldis. The crowd was electric, chanting as WWE's tag team division shined. Fraxium, the former NXT tag champs, pulled off a stunning upset over the Profits. It'll be chalked up to Dawkins and Ford recovering from TLC's brutality, but SmackDown's tag scene is so stacked, some teams might need to jump to Raw. Number 5. Best and worst. Cena's fiery words before Backlash. John Cena's been all talk since snagging his 17th title, with promos ranging from epic to skippable. His last one before Backlash hit hard, even when a fan chucked a beer bottle into the ring. "Randy Orton never earned hustle, loyalty, or respect," Cena roared, slamming Orton's coasting career, shady connections, and a 2006 drug test flop. He called out the Viper's refusal to learn from his mistakes. Predictably, Orton struck with an RKO after sending a decoy to trick Cena. It's the 3rd time Orton's left standing tall, screaming that Cena's set to win in St. Louis. Alexa Bliss's return called disgusting. After 69 days off the radar, Alexa Bliss stormed back to SmackDown, just in time for the final show before Backlash. She's not booked for the big event, but she's already shaking things up. Bliss stepped in as Zelina Vega's surprise tag partner, taking on Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. The 5-time women's champion sealed the win with her sister Abigail DDT, but not everyone's cheering. Chelsea Green hit X, fuming about Bliss's return, calling it horrific and disgusting. Still stinging from losing the Women's United States Championship to Vega, Green vented, "Disgusting to do this to someone in a time of grief," tweeted Chelsea Green. Green didn't stop there. Leaning into her presidential persona, she blasted Bliss for disrespecting her. "Horrific, disgusting, nightmarish behavior. How could someone treat their country like this? Let alone their leader." "Me, duh," Green posted. Bliss wasn't done making waves. Backstage, she cornered Charlotte Flair after Flair's dramatic walkout, saying, "We need to talk." Sparks are flying, and the clash between these two could light up SmackDown next. Why Alexa Bliss confronted Charlotte Flair on SmackDown. WWE Friday Night SmackDown lit up the USA Network a few hours ago with epic matches featuring stars like Fraxiom, The Street Profits, Jade Cargill, Andrade, Rey Fenix, and Alistair Black. They all delivered top-notch action. The night also had a lively tag team bout where Chelsea Green and Piper Niven faced Zelina Vega and the returning Alexa Bliss. Alexa sealed the win for her team, but that wasn't her final moment on the show. Later, as Charlotte Flair stormed out in a rage, Alexa appeared out of nowhere. Her words to the Queen were short, hinting they needed to talk. The scene cut off there, leaving everyone wondering what sparked this moment and what they talked about next. Let's dive into a few reasons why Alexa confronted Flair and what their chat might involve. Charlotte Flair's WWE comeback hasn't gone as planned. After winning the 2025 Women's Royal Rumble, she fell to Tiffany Stratton at WrestleMania. Even worse, the crowd has turned on her. They booed her so loudly on SmackDown tonight that she lost it and walked out, clearly shaken by their rejection. Before storming off, Flair was venting to Nick Aldis, and Alexa probably overheard. Seeing Charlotte unravel might have genuinely worried Alexa. Their talk could be a heartfelt check-in, with Alexa trying to help Charlotte cope with whatever's breaking her down. Charlotte Flair has achieved so much in WWE, a two-time NXT Women's Champion, 14-time World Champion, WrestleMania headliner, and Royal Rumble winner. She's even held tag team gold briefly, but never as part of a real, lasting duo. Alexa, though, is a tag team pro, having teamed up with Nia Jax, Asuka, Mickie James, and Nikki Cross over the years. Alexa might have approached Charlotte about joining forces as a tag team. It's new ground for Flair, but with Alexa's know-how and their combined skills, they could dominate. The Judgment Day better watch out if these two unite. The Wyatt Six, a SmackDown group with Uncle Howdy, Nikki Cross, Eric Rowan, Joe Gacy, and Dexter Lumis, haven't been around lately but are rumored to return soon. Rumors have swirled that Alexa might join the Wyatt Six. Though it hasn't happened on TV, she could already be tied to them, with a big reveal coming. If so, this confrontation might center on the Wyatt Six. Alexa could be quietly recruiting Flair to join this twisted crew. With Charlotte on edge, Alexa, Uncle Howdy, and the group might want to pull her into their dark world. Will Flair embrace this eerie path? Something big is brewing in SmackDown's women's division. A while back, Alexa had a quick moment with Nia Jax that didn't lead anywhere but got people talking. Now there's her run-in with Charlotte. Plus, Nia Jax and Naomi keep bumping into each other, sparking talk of a family alliance. But could there be a bigger plan? A powerhouse group might be forming, like a modern-day WCW Millionaires Club or TNA's Main Event Mafia. Veterans like Charlotte Flair, Nia Jax, Naomi, and Alexa Bliss could be teaming up behind closed doors to counter rising stars like Jade Cargill, Tiffany Stratton, and Lyra Valkyria on Raw. This crew could shake up everything. Jacob Fatu is alone now despite Solo Sikoa. Jacob Fatu might have Solo Sikoa in his corner, but he's never felt more on his own. Tonight's SmackDown drove that home hard. As the United States champion, Fatu faces a grueling fatal four-way at Backlash, defending his title against Drew McIntyre, LA Knight, and Damian Priest. Each challenger is gunning for glory, and Fatu's got a tough fight ahead. But tonight revealed a crack in his armor. Teaming with Sikoa, Fatu suffered another loss when Sikoa got pinned, dragging their team down. Backstage, Sikoa's frustration boiled over. "I got no one to back Jacob up," he snapped, noting that Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa are sidelined with injuries. He hinted at new help coming, but for now, Fatu's got nobody he can truly count on. Sikoa's been by his side, yet he's starting to look like Fatu's weak link. Whispers of betrayal are creeping in. Could Sikoa turn on him? The next few weeks will tell the tale. Triple H is creating a new bloodline. Since Triple H grabbed the creative reins, he's been shaking things up, especially with the Bloodline saga. From Solo Sikoa snatching leadership last year to the return of the original Bloodline, the story keeps getting deeper. Now Triple H might be cooking up something fresh. Rumors are swirling that he's planning a women's version of the Bloodline. The idea sparked after Nia Jax and Naomi teamed up on SmackDown. Nia faced Jade Cargill to earn a shot at Tiffany Stratton's title. Just as Cargill gained the upper hand, Naomi struck, attacking Stratton at ringside. The chaos let Nia steal the win. While Naomi's main goal was to screw over Cargill, she looked thrilled to help Nia. Naomi and Nia, real-life Bloodline family, have been quietly bonding lately. They could form a powerhouse duo on SmackDown. Naomi might help Nia topple Stratton, while Nia could back Naomi against the unbeatable Cargill. Triple H could lean into their family ties, building a new bloodline with these two, maybe adding more members later. Meanwhile, Solo Sikoa's grip on his faction is slipping. After losing the sacred Ula Fala, his crew's falling apart. With Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa out and tension brewing with Jacob Fatu, Sikoa's on shaky ground. After Backlash, Triple H might hit reset on Sikoa's group. Feeling sidelined by Fatu, Sikoa could betray him, rolling out a new bloodline with fresh allies. At 32, Sikoa might ditch the Samoan werewolf and spark a war with his revamped faction. This could light a fire under the Bloodline saga, giving SmackDown fans something new to cheer for. It all hinges on Triple H's next move, but Sikoa turning on Fatu feels like it's coming soon. There's massive issues with Triple H's WWE. SmackDown's final show before Backlash set the stage for the big event, but not without some heat. The night featured two huge tag team matches, one for the men's division and one for the women's, both tied to the United States champions. It kicked off with LA Knight and Damian Priest battling Solo Sikoa and US champion Jacob Fatu, three of whom will collide at Backlash. The women's side saw women's US champion Zelina Vega team, with a returning Alexa Bliss to face Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. On the latest Bro Down episode on Sports Kita Wrestle Binge, host Mac Davis called out the backstage segments. Former WWE head writer Vince Russo tore into Zelina Vega's chat with GM Nick Aldis and the opening exchange between Priest and Knight. Well, just a lot of this stuff, man. You know, Mac, even off the top, when you had that exchange between LA Knight and Priest, everything's just coming off as just so scripted. It's just coming off so scripted that you're not feeling natural, bro. Remember, that was the heat they always put on Vince. Everything is so scripted, and now under Triple H, you're going to have the freedom. That one scene, it sounded like Zelina Vega is reading off a cue card, said Vince Russo. Russo didn't hold back on SmackDown's booking either. He argued the tag match with Priest, Knight, Sikoa, and Fatu should have closed the show. Bro, I don't know how they're formatting this show. I swear to God, Mac, I don't know if they're pulling matches out of a hat. The first match is your main event. That's the main event of the night. You've got Damian Priest, LA Knight, Solo, and Fatu. They got a big match tomorrow night. That is your main event, and you are building that throughout the entire show. They had the best match first, and the rest of the show shows a cup with crap emoji. Right after the match, Priest and Knight started bickering. Jacob Fatu pounced, blindsiding both stars. But Drew McIntyre slipped in, leveling Fatu with a Claymore kick. The Scottish Warrior stood tall, firing a warning shot before the fatal four-way US Championship match at Backlash. While Russo and Dutch Mantell griped about the overly scripted feel, the show still lit a fuse for what's shaping up to be a wild Backlash. Randy Orton failed a drug test. A long-buried secret from Randy Orton's past was thrown back in his face on SmackDown just before his huge title showdown with John Cena at Backlash 2025. In St. Louis, Orton's hometown, he'll battle Cena one last time for the undisputed WWE Championship. On the final SmackDown before the event, Cena took center stage, grabbing the mic to tear into Orton. He dug deep, bringing up a 2006 drug test Orton failed and didn't hold back. After Backlash, Randy Orton will be just like his 2006 drug test. A failure, Cena taunted. The segment ended with a twist. A smaller, hooded figure, clearly not Orton, slipped into the ring, trying to hit Cena with an RKO. Cena saw it coming, flipping the imposter into an attitude adjustment. But then the real Orton struck, appearing out of nowhere to nail Cena with an RKO. He loomed over Cena, hoisting the undisputed WWE Championship as SmackDown faded out. The stand-in's identity, hidden by a hood and balaclava, remains a mystery. But who is the fake Randy Orton? SmackDown's final show before Backlash 2025 closed with Randy Orton towering over John Cena after a sneaky attack. Cena, holding the undisputed WWE Championship, claimed Orton wasn't even in the building, but as he posed with the title, a hooded figure slid into the ring, attempting an RKO. Cena flipped the script, hitting an attitude adjustment on the mystery man. The crowd thought it was Orton, until the real Viper struck, landing an RKO out of nowhere. The earlier attacker was a fake Orton, likely sent to throw Cena off his game. Online, fans are pointing fingers at Miles Bourne, a 25-year-old NXT star. Miles joined WWE in 2022, training at the Performance Center before debuting on NXT Level Up, where he struggled to win. Now a regular on NXT, he recently outlasted Ashante Adonis, Lexis King, Trick Williams, and others in a 25-man battle royal on May 6th, 2025, earning a shot at Obafemi's NXT Championship at NXT Battleground 2025. Fans see a resemblance to Orton, some even calling Miles a young Randy Orton. Others suspect Shawn Spears, another NXT star and former main roster wrestler known as Ty Dillinger. Fans spotted tattoos on the fake Orton that seemed to match Spears. Still, there's no official word on who played the decoy. Miles Bourne feels like the top guess, but the truth behind the masked figure remains hidden for now. A fan kicked out for throwing a beer bottle at John Cena during SmackDown. SmackDown turned wild when a fan hurled a beer bottle at John Cena during his promo. Cena, speaking to the Dayton crowd after his match, brushed it off with a quick jab in his speech, but his face showed he was fuming. A side camera caught the fan's reckless throw, and security didn't waste time hauling the troublemaker out as the crowd jeered. Cena pushed through, slamming both the fans and Randy Orton with sharp words. But the drama didn't stop there. A hooded figure charged the ring, trying to nail Cena with an RKO. Cena flipped it into an attitude adjustment, thinking he'd won. Then the real shock hit. Randy Orton, the true Viper, ambushed Cena with a brutal RKO, leaving him flat as the show ended. Cena's final segment was all about tearing into Orton, his Backlash rival, claiming Orton only got by on his family name. After Backlash, Randy Orton will be just like his 2006 drug test, a failure, he taunted, referencing an old scandal. The night closed with Orton's RKO stealing the spotlight. On the latest Bro Down episode on Sportskeeda Wrestle Binge, former WWE head writer Vince Russo didn't hold back, ripping SmackDown apart. Host Mac Davis echoed his frustration, both fed up with the show's missteps. I mean, just so many fumbles on this show alone. Like, that's how you bring Alexa Bliss back? Like, seriously? Like, you bring her back, and then, bro, you go to the end of the show, somebody wearing a mask hits the ring, Cena drops the guy, doesn't even take off the mask to see who it is. Like, so the logic is absolutely ridiculous, said Russo. Dutch Mantell and Mac Davis backed Russo, with Mantell slamming WWE's recent slide. Remember, WWE was hot about a year ago. I mean, they were red hot, and I don't know how that got away from them with all this talent they have, he said. As for the fans' reckless beer bottle toss, it was a dangerous move that could have hurt Cena or others. It's good security acted fast, but it's a reminder fans need to keep it cool. Orton's RKO ambush, though, was a perfect heel move, sly, shocking, and setting up their Backlash clash. What do you think about the fans' stunt and Orton's killer timing?